Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back. If you've been here before, for those who haven't, welcome and welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Jimmy, Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees, and today I'm not going to really be getting into the bees because it's cold. For the first time, I got on a hoodie. The temperature, the high today is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put Celsius down. And then the lows, it's like 35 degrees Fahrenheit for our low. And of course, Fahrenheit or Celsius will be down here. Anyway, I'm going to read the fortune and tell you what I've been doing today, even though it's not much, but I'll tell you. But today's fortune, it says, don't be afraid to smile. You never know who's falling in love with it. Don't be afraid to smile. You never know who's falling in love with it. Well, I don't know about the falling in love with it part, but I do know when you smile, people around you smile. And that, it makes everybody else feel better. So if you're walking in the store and you're all looking grumpy, then of course nobody's going to want to talk to you because you're looking grumpy. But if you're walking through the store and you're smiling, you're approachable, people will smile, they say, you know what? I'm going to smile too. He's having a good day. So smile, you never know, pass it on. Anyway, that's it for that. Okay, like I said, it's kind of cold, so I'm not going to go inside. Everybody's been prepping for winter here in Central Virginia, where I'm at. This past Monday, we had our Bee Club meeting, and everyone at the meeting was talking about prepping for winter and things like that. Not everyone, but most people. So the first thing I wanted to hit on is that if there's a bee club in your area, think hard about being a part of that bee club because there's a lot of valuable information. Our club, I can say it's a great club because we have people that are beginners. We have people that don't even have bees yet, but they're planning and getting the education so that when they get their bees in the spring, they'll already know their mentors. They'll already have a basic grasp of beekeeping. So we have those people. We have people that have 50, 60 hives. We have people that sell nukes. We have people that raise queens. So all of that information, all of that knowledge that they have. Also, at our club meetings, we have one of the Virginia State master beekeepers who comes to every meeting. He answers every question that you ask him, and you also take your some of that time before and after the meetings if you have things specific. So we have that level, and also there's a person who sells woodenware who comes to the meetings. Sometimes he brings a trailer full of woodenware, especially in the spring. He does more of that. So if you find you need more boxes, more frames, more bottom boards, whatever, or he brings them, once a month to the meetings, or if you need to call him and get something specific, he'll make sure he has it and he brings it to the meetings as well. So I'll have to get with that person to find out if they want me to put their information in the description as well. But I'm just saying your meetings. And if you belong to a club and show up and go to those meetings, there's a lot of resources that are available to you. Yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. So back to what I was saying before I interrupted myself. Our club is very good on sharing all of that. And part of our club, I don't know, ordinances, whatever it is education, help educate the public. So I'm doing my part by doing these videos, and I want to thank everybody who watches and comments because, this is one way to get out there. And if somebody's new, wants to keep bees in a regular neighborhood, that's what I do. I'm not commercial. So you don't have to be the commercial guy with 50, 60, 100, 200, 500 hives, whatever. Anyway, so join your club. This weekend we talked about the hornets and how to make hornet traps. We were just discussing. Like our meetings, they give a half an hour. They say show up a half an hour early for mix and mingle time. And that's when you talk about what's going on, what you've been doing, things like that. So that's one benefit of being in a club. Our club again is great because people are doing things differently. Not everybody has the same 10 frame deep boxes with medium supers, double deeps. Everybody is running something different, or some people are standard, but some people have top bar hives. There's one club member who's making a few lay-ins hives. We have the regular standard, 10 frame Langstroths people. We have me with my XL frames. I'm always the oddball, right? But anyway, but everybody's accepted. I do have some flow frames. We have a couple of people with flow frames, and it's not frowned upon. They want to know. They say, "Oh, is it good? Does it work? How have your bees accepted it?" Things like that. Nobody's saying that's a gimmick. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. You wasted your money. Get out of here. We don't have that in our club, and I'm thankful for that. Anyway, so for me, prepare for winter, like you saw, I was doing my sugar boards. I've got more sugar just to add onto that board. I'll probably just add, I don't know, another 8 pounds or 10 pounds to each box. And at the end of the season, if they don't use it all, I can always water it down and give it to them as 1-to-1 or whatever it is. So it's not going to be wasted sugar. Or you can put it in the freezer and save it for next year. But there's a couple of people in my club that make sugar bricks. They make them in the aluminum tins, and then they just store them. And when they peek in their hive, if the sugar brick has been eaten, they just lift up, grab a brick, stick it right on top of the frames in between their feeder, just a feeder shim, stick it right on the frame, close it down. They're in and out in, 10, 15 seconds at the most. And they know they have a brick there. They can peek in and see if the brick is almost, worn down. And if so, stick another brick in there. So I may make a few bricks to keep in my hives. And that's the thing with me. I'm willing to adjust. I can adjust to just about anything. So, but I will put those sugar boards on the nukes. And I may make the bricks for the 2 regular hives. Because the farmhouse, the roof is so tall, I can put a feeder shim and then my insulated cover on top of the feeder shim. It's tall enough for all of that. Anyway, and my long hive, whenever I finish building it, is going to have a taller top as well. So I'll have room to put the gallon feeder if that's what I use, or a feeder shim and sugar board, whatever. So, but now, one thing here on my hives, I use the Hive Gate entrances. Each of the hives, even the nukes, have 2 Hive Gate entrances. If you don't know what a Hive Gate is, it's this. This is the entrance, a Hive Gate entrance. It sticks in the hive, like if this was the hive, it'll stick in and the bees go in here. It's 3/8 of an inch. Mice can't get in there. And it's like a long corridor that they got to travel. And then they come up in the center of your hive, basically. Now, mine have 2 per hive. I'm going to close off one of these for winter. And the way I'm going to do that is the person from Hive Gate, they give you the directions on how to make these. If you go to their website, and there'll be a link in the bottom of the comment section, or not comment section, I'm sorry. There'll be a link in the description down here on how to cut these. Now they use metric, so it'll say centimeters and things like that, but you can convert that if you need to, or just get a ruler with centimeters and mark it out. Then you just fold it in half, you cut half, you fold it in half, and then you stick this in the entrance. And what that does is it blocks off this. Now there's air that will pass through here, and my plan is to just use my aluminum tape to block off these edges here. So I have to make up 4 of these to close off 1 on each of the hives. So I have 2 here. Now, when I was in New Zealand, Kyle had them, but he forgot to give them to me, so he mailed me some. So I don't have to make them. He already had them. but you just use coroplast, which is you know, your political signs. There'll be a whole lot of them available after the election, you know. So after the election, go get you a couple of coroplast signs and store them, and you'll be able to make some things like that, shims, things like that. Anyway, so I have 4, and I have a few more. He mailed these all the way from New Zealand. So Kyle, thank you very much. Hi to your family. Anyway, because he watches sometimes. Anyway, so I'm gonna close down one of each entrance, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna close off the inboard entrance, and I'll just leave the outboard entrance open. So, and if I have to change it around, I'll change it around. But yeah, so otherwise, that's one thing that I'm doing, and with the tape, it's a simple thing. You can just measure up how much you need. Rip off a piece of tape here. It's got foil back, but basically that's it. You just put the foil over the edge here. I'm gonna trim this. I don't want it that far. Okay, so now the air won't pass through because I have the foil on there. And when I put it in the entrance, it's done. So no air, and it's pretty much closed up. The bees will propylize a little bit, and then come the spring, I'll just grab a pair of pliers and pull it out. Anyway, so I'll make 4 of these, and I'll put them on the hive tonight. When the bees aren't flying and they're inside, because it's going to be, like I said, 35 degrees. So that's one of the things I'm doing. I'm cleaning out the storage shed. Now, for me, part of the reason I have not continued making my long hive is because I don't have a wood shop. I work outside. I do everything out here. I kind of made this wimpy table here with this plastic pallet sitting on a wine barrel. It's screwed down and held, but it's still wimpy. So in order to maybe encourage myself to come out and do more work, I purchased, let's get this with my own money, no sponsorship, but a Worx bench, worktop. It has little grips. It's more solid, more stable, so I can put my pieces down. I'll be able to clamp them down. I'll be able to cut them square. I can do glue ups on the pallet top, but this I think will help me want to get out more and bring my saw out, cut everything, move it, and assemble things. So hopefully by purchasing this, it was it was an Amazon Prime, not sponsored, but when they had the Amazon days or whatever they call it, I purchased it. So there you go. Hopefully that'll get you guys to see me make my long hive, or finish making at least the first one, and then we'll get to work on the second one. Other than that, that's it, because like I said, get ready for winter. The liquid feed, most of the bees, they took them all down, so there's no liquid out there. I'm just gonna leave the feeders on until I switch over to the solid feed, which will be in about a week or so. And yeah, so this has been a simple, almost a one-take video. Wow, hardly no editing. Okay, I added my laugh tracks, but you know. So you don't need to see this. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'll just cut this stuff up. Actually, I can cut this in half. I'll use my little cutting board here. But I'll be able to split it in half and just use half and half and make 3 more and get those ready to install tonight. Yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, ask them away. I'll be more than happy to answer you. Oh, here's one. Tim, not a question, but last week I said I was going to ask a question, and the question was kind of snuck in the video. So the question was, how do I keep bees from coming to visit me in my storage shed while I'm in there working? Like I was making the sugar board, so all of that smell of the honey HBH or honey bee healthy was, drawing the bees' attention. They were coming inside, and they found the loopholes, or they found all the holes in the roof for the building or whatever. So even though the doors were closed, they were still getting in somewhere. I don't know where. So in full disclosure, I ordered some Honey Bandit, and my thought was to spray the Honey Bandit on the eaves of the roof. I'm also putting the spray foam in the little eaves because it's a metal roof. So where the contours of the metal roof is, I'm going to spray foam up in there and see if that will seal it, both front and back. And other than that, I don't know. But so I'm going to try that, and I'm going to use some Honey Bandit whenever I do stuff like that. But for now, the extra sugar, I'm doing it all inside the house because they won't smell it in there. So anyway, that was the question. If you have any other remedies to keep my shop other than closing the door and hoping they don't get in, let me know, because it's not fun. I like to go in there and work without wearing a veil, and I don't like getting stung. So anyway, so that was it. I'm gonna finish this off, and then maybe next week's video will be me continuing to work on the long hive finally. All right, thank y'all for watching. I know this was just a random rambling or whatever, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, stay tuned, because I'll make another one about something else. All right, thank y'all for watching. Come back and see me again, because the bees will still be here, and so will I. So have fun with your bees, even when you're preparing to tuck them in for winter.